Also, what I want to point out, okay, is that Lamar Jackson, who the Giants should have drafted, okay, I was screaming back in 2018. Giants draft Lamar Jackson. And of course, that year, the quarterbacks who all the people on TV you see talking, okay, oh, the Mel Kipers and everybody else, okay, and all the NFL teams were like, oh, the four quarterback prospects that season, okay, who everybody was talking, oh, these are the four best guys who you had to draft. Nowhere was Lamar Jackson. He had a better college career than all these guys and dominated, okay? All the media was talking about, okay, oh, Baker Mayfield. And Baker Mayfield, he deserves to be mentioned at the top because he actually did something, okay? And look, I always give credit where credit is due, okay? All right? I'm not here to fight anybody. I'm not here to say things that are not true because some people come on and they make a lot of uh, claims and say things that aren't true without evidence, okay? But that's not me. So Baker Mayfield in 2018 draft, when people were saying that he should be at the top, considered the first pick, that's fine because he won the Heisman, okay, in 20 what? He won the Heisman in 2017, the year that season, okay, going into that draft, he won the Heisman. Lamar won it 2 years prior, okay? And Baker, he did his thing, all right, that last year that he was in college. His team was in the Final Four, had a great Rose Bowl game against Alabama where they lost, but Baker Mayfield was really good. So I was like, you know what? You want to have Baker in that conversation, fine. But then you have Sam Darnold, who I just went through Sam Darnold. Okay, he should not have even been drafted. Okay, Sam Darnold. Then you have Josh Rosen from UCLA. Okay, what a joke that was that he was even considered all right before Lamar Jackson was. And then you have Josh Allen, who at the time I had never heard of. He was from Wyoming. Josh Allen, I mentioned last week that shout out to him that he is as talented as any quarterback in the league. So, all right, he deserves to be up there. At the time, he came out of Wyoming. No one knew who he was really. So I wasn't really buying him at the time, but he has come out to be the real deal. Okay, but the other three quarterbacks picked ahead of Lamar, Baker Mayfield, Josh Rosen, and Sam Darnold. Okay, they cannot shine Lamar Jackson's shoes. Okay, and Lamar Jackson, all right, even though he had the better career in college than all of them, all right, he wasn't even mentioned. He was slighted. The Giants, I was saying Giants, draft Lamar Jackson. And the way it is, folks, the way it is, how crazy it is that how the media really plays a big part in sports, okay, and what some of these sports teams do, okay? Because a lot of people don't think about this, but I think about this because I've been following sports in New York City for my whole life since I was a kid, and I've seen how the media has dictated things and how they have caused organizations to make moves because of what the media will how they'll have them on blast if they don't do certain things, okay? And one of it was Lamar Jackson in 2018 draft, okay? Because the crazy part about it, okay, and right now it will be hard to believe, okay? Because as great as Lamar Jackson has been in the NFL right now, it's going to be hard to believe. But in 2018, just a few years ago, when Lamar was coming out of the draft, okay, the media, all right, the lost media who talk about this, okay, they were all, oh, Lamar Jackson, forget him, he's not that good. Yeah, I mean, there were people who were saying, okay, NFL executives, Bill Polian, okay, a very big one, and people in the media who were saying, look, Lamar Jackson, he should change positions. He shouldn't be a quarterback. He should change positions. How many times have we heard that throughout the course of football where you had a black quarterback, very talented, who should have got a chance to play in the NFL, but someone told them, you know what? Okay, you should change your position. And we know that how for years, while that was the case, because they didn't want to give a black quarterback a chance to be the face of the team, to be the quarterback, so they changed their position. Well, in 2018, going to that draft, there were people saying Lamar Jackson should change positions. He's not good enough to play quarterback in the NFL. Change positions, right? So if the Giants had drafted Lamar Jackson, okay, that year with the number 2 overall pick, the media in New York would have roasted them. Would have roasted them. Lamar Jackson was not even considered. He was not even considered, okay? I'm telling you, folks, it drives me crazy, okay? You know what? Because I have a show now, I can point this stuff out, okay? Because no one else is pointing this out, and it's ridiculous, okay? So the Giants, first of all, should have drafted Lamar Jackson, but they took Saquon Barkley. You know what? At the time, I was cool with that because I did not want any of those other four quarterbacks. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather you all pick Saquon Barkley than for the Giants to pick one of these quarterbacks who are not Lamar Jackson, okay? And you know what? Dave Gettleman, the Giants GM, he did that, okay? He took Saquon Barkley, and I was like, you know what? If you're not going to pick Lamar Jackson, because that was out of the question, okay? Because, I mean, I had a friend of mine, okay? At the time, he would ask me, who do you think the Giants should draft? And of course, like I said, in the media, all right, and all that, these guys are Lamar Jackson was not even being considered, and you had the four quarterbacks and Saquon Barkley, and I would tell him like, look, the Giants should draft Lamar Jackson. That's what I want, and he would be like, oh well, there's no chance of that, all right, because like I said, like the media, they dictate a lot, and he was not even being considered, and if the Giants had drafted him, the media would have roasted him, right? And now you look at it now, okay, and Lamar Jackson is arguably the best quarterback in the NFL, okay? I mean, him, Patrick Mahomes, all right, Mahomes is the guy who you got to give it to, obviously, right now because he has done so much. But Lamar Jackson, all right, he's got a chance to win a Super Bowl this year. His team right now is the number one overall seed in the NFL playoffs, in the AFC playoffs. And he, just 2 years after the NFL draft, he won the NFL MVP, okay? He led the NFL in touchdown passes that season, okay? And you still hear people talk about, oh, Lamar Jackson can't really pass that well, okay? And like I said, in 2019, he led the whole NFL in touchdown passes. So how can anybody dare come out of their mouth and say Lamar Jackson has issues passing the ball? Like he can't pass that well. Like that's the kind of stuff that drives me crazy, okay? So, all right, yeah. Back to the Giants, okay, never having a starting black quarterback. Lamar Jackson was the guy who they should have had, but everyone talking about all these other stiffs, okay? And so I'm glad that CJ Stroud, because look, Justin Fields, all right, the Jets, all right, the Giants and the Jets could have had him, and Justin Fields is still, all right, he's still making his way, all right. He has not had any playoff appearances yet, but he has had some instances, all right, where he has been playing at a dominant level, including, all right, the second half of last year, I believe, for some stretch in the second half of last year, Justin Fields had the highest QBR of all NFL quarterbacks, okay? I believe that was the case, all right? He balled out second half of last year, okay? And then even this year, he got hurt, missed about 4 games. His numbers weren't as good as what you would like, but they were still better than most, okay? Still better than Daniel Jones, who threw 2 touchdowns this season and 6 interceptions, okay? What a joke that is, okay? Daniel Jones last year threw 15 touchdown passes. All I heard was how, he, is so great, and if he has more weapons, he'll do more. But even last year, Justin Fields threw for more touchdown passes than Daniel Jones. Justin Fields last year ran for more yards than Daniel Jones. Everybody says, oh, Daniel Jones can run so well. All right, and I've said before, okay, that, all right, I mean, I've seen so many times over the years where they praise the white quarterback for what they criticize the black quarterback for, because so many times, all right, including with Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, all right, they have great running ability to get out of the pocket and make things happen, all right? But when it comes to those guys, they say, oh, they don't pass the ball enough. They run too much. They can't throw. But when it comes to Daniel Jones, they don't say he can't throw. When he has 15 touchdown passes, they don't say he can't throw. And he runs for a lot less yards than what Fields and Lamar says. When he has his, 700 yards rushing last year or whatever he had, he gets praised for that, all right? And he had 15 touchdown passes. If it was Justin Fields or Lamar, they would say, oh, they can't throw. But with Daniel Jones, they said he has no receivers. He has no help, okay? Then the offseason came, and the Giants, okay, did things to bring in better, quote-unquote, weapons, offensive talent for him to throw the ball to. And before the year starts, everybody acknowledges, okay, no excuses now for Daniel Jones. He has plenty of weapons to throw the ball to. And what does he do? 2 interceptions, I'm sorry, 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions before he gets hurt. Okay, unfortunately, he got hurt. But like I said before, the Giants hopefully they can correct their near 100-year history. All right, of something they should be ashamed for, that they have never had a starting black quarterback. Okay, who was their official starting quarterback, not a backup like Tyrod Taylor this year or Geno Smith. Okay, because I said every NFL team has had at one time in their history a quarterback who was there. All right, that's our franchise quarterback. He's the guy starting every game. Okay, the Giants and the Chargers are the only team who has not had that. Okay, I've looked through it. I've studied this. Okay, and I went through every NFL team. There was one quarterback at one point in their history who was their main official starting quarterback. All right, so I said last week I don't want to go through this again, but all right, there are some black quarterbacks who are high in the draft this year. All right, Caleb Williams, okay, Michael Penix Jr. we saw in the championship game on Monday. All right, had a rough night. Jaden Daniels, the Heisman Trophy winner. Okay, they're all black. Okay, Giants. You all really, I mean, with the way the black quarterback, what it symbolizes, okay, what it symbolizes, okay, and what it meant for black quarterbacks to not get a chance for so many years, okay, because of complete racism on the part of the NFL, okay, and every NFL team, okay, for years, all right. Now, okay, that's all right, not the case, but the Giants are the only team who have not had a black quarterback, them and the Chargers, and uh, like I said, there's still biases, but it's not as bad as what it used to be. Okay, the Giants have a chance to correct that this upcoming draft by finally, okay, selecting a young black quarterback and allowing him to grow with the franchise and be the franchise quarterback. Okay, if that happened, I can't tell you all how excited I would be. Okay, because I've been watching this franchise since the '80s. Okay, and look, enough. It's time. Okay, if this was the case and there were black quarterbacks who, all right, if it was the case where Giants are now, had not given a black quarterback a chance, but they were winning every year with whoever the quarterback was, they were winning, all right, I'd be good with it, okay? Because you know what? That's what's important. It's the team winning. But when you're not winning and you're not still giving, all right, a chance to a black quarterback, I'm sorry, I can't live with that, okay? I'm sick of watching these stiffs, okay? Daniel Jones, please let him go, Giants.